Pero mira, lo otro que estoy pensando tal vez es
Dime.
cambiar completamente esa política nuestra. Y nada más, o sea, seguir haciendo el inventario de toallas, de check-in, digamos que donde María deje 6 toallas.
Sí, te estoy poniendo atención, Aníbal. Te estoy poniendo atención, no ha empezado el Zoom.
Ay, no, pero, bueno, está en Zoom. Ya, ¿qué hora está en Zoom?
Ya empezó, pero no se han conectado todos. Entonces, dale, pues. Y no es tan importante. Dale, explain. Es un mute Zoom, es solo de ver. Yo no tengo que interactuar. At least not for now.
Estoy pensando en mi cabecita. ¿Cómo te pones así? Crank.
All right, everybody. Can you hear me? Let me stop sharing my screen. I think
No.
you guys can talk. You don't have to mute. It's just me. I'm sorry. I thought you guys were talking. I just said I'm writing, so I'm muted, because if I hear you guys talking, then I won't write. So next week, if you come back, then you guys can talk amongst yourselves. I just won't be.
If we're talking, you'll hear us.
No. I had you muted and my computer muted, so I didn't hear a thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so next week, then it's like another coffee with Katie, just without Katie.
Watch Katie.
Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing for hanging in there if you weren't talking to each other.
In the
We
chat.
were chatting, and you were writing stuff that was so interesting that I don't think any of us had time to talk. We were just
Really?
focused on.
I've been so curious what this would be like for you guys, because to me, I mean, I don't even know what the experience might be like for you. So I've been super excited to hear, like, were you even tracking it? Was it even interesting? Because I know I'm all over the place when I'm like setting up the story, because there's all this research I have to do. Like, I'm like, where is Derek standing when he yells at Bianca and Merrick is there? You know, like there's all this like detail work I have to know to recreate the scenes. So
Yeah,
the
bouncing back and forth remind me a lot of Katie math, but you know.
So much of my life makes sense when you see it in context.
Right.
But
But it
cool
is
to
cool.
think that everything is taken in account. You know, even the launch dates and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, it's a lot of work though.
You know, and I think part of my superpower is I've done this so long that I can say, okay, 8,000 words is my goal across 5 scenes. I'm gonna have to alter it to 10,000 across 5 scenes, but I know I can write that in 2 weeks. So I can like say, well, that'll take this, that'll take this, that'll take this. So I can plan like this long, and then I have actual targets to hit for every live writing with Katie. It's actually the reason you guys get booked so fast, is because I set the targets up front. Like I know when I have to be doing something. So I will not be working on this project without you. So you guys could actually watch the entire thing like unfold if you're able to like log in or watch the recordings. What did you guys think of? I don't know if Heather is still on here. Yeah, Heather, hi.
She's super excited.
Yeah, so well, I thought for some reason I thought she wanted the Lost Magic. And then I was like, I better go check on Facebook. So that's when I was searching the witchery on Facebook and I found her post. And then I was like, oh no, she actually wants something else. So she wants the conversation with Derek and Merrick, like back in the High Priest's Daughter. So then I was like, oh, it would be so fun if we did the High Priest's Daughter. And I kind of like went crazy. And so now I have what I want the structure of the story to be, which will be really fun. Heather, are you, I don't know if you tracked it at all, but I'm curious whether that's what you wanted to read. Sorry, you might not be able to answer, but hopefully. Sorry, I'm actually at my neighbor's house, writing on his porch.
I thought you were on your porch.
No, I'm writing on my neighbor's porch because I puppy sit his dog, but I can't hike yet after my surgery. So I've just been sitting on his porch writing while all of the dogs just play. Anyway, Coda. Sorry, they're eating something. So that's why I was alternately yelling at dogs every now and then. Anyway, so you can actually see, even though I thought I knew the story idea, I can get into an idea and be like, oh, this isn't it at all. And I have to totally change tactics and move away from it and then recreate. So the cool thing is I was able to get all the way through the outlining phase and set myself up so that next Wednesday, when we do it again, I will just be drafting. So I will literally I'll start the call, I'll have the screen up, and then I will just start writing the story. So you can actually watch it like unfold one scene at a time, and how bad my spelling is and how sloppy like it all comes out. It's really, I think it's going to be really interesting, but please keep me updated. Let me know if there's something that would make it better or something that you want me to do or show you. Right now, the plan is every one of those steps that I put in the list is one of these calls, and then we'll just upload it to YouTube and you guys can watch from there. So, oh my gosh, Lila, are you watching Under the Blankets? That is so awesome. Snacks. Oh, I gotta catch up on the messages. Ah, that's so funny. Does anyone have any questions?
Well, I asked you a question about point of view. Are you going to do one about his point of view for the party?
I mean, I can. Yeah,
I
sure.
thought somebody had already asked for that, so.
I'm pretty sure there's a couple of reader requests for that in the form that you guys have been submitting. The only thing that we have to balance really carefully, that's on me, not you, is not just repeating those scenes, because it gets kind of boring because you already know what's happening. I think it's really exciting to see like part of a scene or one scene from another character's point of view if their reaction is really big in that moment and you want to see what it feels like to be them. But then we have to sort of structure story around it so we're not pulling exact scenes in so that it's new and fresh and exciting. So I probably wouldn't exactly do the parting, but I would do a novella, because that would be more than a short story, or I would do a short story or two where we took aspects of that and showed Merrick in the north and then going back to Bianca, and then like I might show some of that. I just wouldn't recreate the same timeline probably. But I need to go through, I have a lot of reader requests that I need to sort through and organize because most of them are American Bianca. And then I'm gonna like prioritize which ones have repeated the most, and we'll kind of start with those. So anytime you guys have like a random story or whatever, like submit them, because then I can break them apart and see if there's a bunch of the same story being requested. I'm gonna do that one first because more people are wanting it. So anyway.
I need to see what I've requested, so I don't request this time when I'm reading or something else.
You know what we need to do, Andy, is we need to just have like a shared Google Doc where you write all of your requests down and then you can access it at any time.
Get you a notebook, Andy.
There's like there's like the regular reader's request, and then there's Andy's request. But I organized all of your questions and my thoughts that you sent me around like Lita and Hiddleston and stuff. So I'll be recording that video here pretty soon and putting it up. So I haven't forgotten you. It's just, this is like my first day wearing makeup in a week, so.
Have goddess questions, that's why I didn't send them. It was kind of like, it was so short that I didn't have time to, overthink it.
That's good information to have, actually. If I don't want Andy overthinking it, I'll just cut it shorter. Okay. I know the goddess is too short. I definitely wanted it more, but I had it a little longer and it started going somewhere else. And I was like, oh, that's for the Sisterhood saga. So I had to cut the goddess off. Anyway, well, this was really fun for me. I honestly wasn't sure if it would be harder to work knowing that like people were watching or talking about it or whatever, but it honestly didn't make any difference for me because
I was gonna say, does it make you feel weird knowing that we're over your shoulder?
not really, but only because it's not a new project. Like if you guys were watching me put together the Sword Maker, then that would be a little more stressful for me just because there's so much in that. Like if you don't start at the beginning with it and watch every part, it's just huge. Like the magic systems are ginormous. So that would be harder, but where you guys all know and love Merrick and the network series, then I don't know. I just think it makes sense for you guys to follow along with these. So
Well, if it was a new project, then we'd be getting spoilers while we're
Exactly.
reading over your shoulder, and we can't do that.
yeah. So it'll be interesting what you think of it as a process by the end, because if you follow it, then you'll know the story, Like I don't know if
we
that'll
try to read it as you're flitting around, but yeah.
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 Well, that's where next week will be so different. So that's what I mean. Like once you guys log in, I will just be sitting there like writing, so you can kind of see the story coming out, and like me scrolling down the page or staring into the distance when nothing's happening or whatever it is that I do. Like
In the fun faces.
oh, did I have good faces? I'll probably be making faces. Sometimes I try their accents. like I'll try out different accents as they're talking, and so I'll be talking to myself in really bad accent. Hold on, I've lost all 4 dogs. Hey, come. That is ever a good thing. Okay, here they are. Oh, here they are. Okay. Anyway, so thanks for coming, you guys. I honestly didn't know if anyone was even gonna come, but I'm excited that we had so many of you. And Andrea, it's so good to see you. How have you been, my friend?
I missed you guys.
For sure. Have you been okay?
Yes, Yes, just crazy busy and excited to be back.
Oh, good. Well, we hopefully can see you more, but if not, we totally get it. And Heather, I'm so glad you made it to the first one since you started this thing. You're everyone. This
Layla.
totally. Bye, Lila. This totally started because of Heather's request. I was like, that's a good idea. I should start taking
Yeah.
readers' requests. And then I was like, wait a minute, I should just do a whole series on readers' requests. And then I was like, wait a minute, I should write the stories on the readers' requests with the readers. It just got better. Hi.
Yes, I was so excited. This
Okay.
was like the best hour I've ever spent. Thank you.
Okay, so is this story what you want? That's what I want to know.
Yes, this
Okay.
is exactly what I've been like. It's a gap. Every time I read what's going on between Bianca and Merrick, I'm like, hold on, we don't actually have his full point of view. Like what pulled him in. So I'm so excited.
Yay! I'm so happy to hear that because I was like, we have to do Heather first. It was because of her that we're doing this whole thing. And that whole gap, like the whole missing pieces, is why the network saga is like 12 books long. And there's like novellas everywhere because there's so many great stories that you miss if you just have Bianca. So the readers request series will be a really fun way to fill those gaps in. I think we'll probably be reading Bianca and Merrick for a while, just because most people want Bianca and Merrick.
Well, and now we need more Regina and Derek too, because they're like side by side love stories now.
No, there's so many good ones. Because yeah, there's a lot of budding ones too that'll be really fun to follow. But it'll be interesting too once we get into the Dragon Master or the Sister Witches. Oh my gosh, where are we? Yeah, Sister Witches. There's too many sisters because there's the Sisterhood and Sister Witches. When we get into the Sister Witches series, it'll be interesting if people still want Bianca and Merrick because we'll just be so much with Isadora and Sana and Max, you know, and Ludius. So that'll be interesting.
That will.
All right, everyone, I'm going to close this out and drive home. But thank you all. This is so fun. And it'll be the same time next Wednesday. Remember, you can talk. I'll make a note with a little sidebar thing that you guys can talk because I won't be able to hear. And maybe you don't even end up talking that much. But if you want to, the option will be yours.
It was great. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We'll see you
Okay.
later. Thanks.